Hey, what's up? I'm Rafael di Furia, aka Rafi D is me, and I am back at it again on another beautiful Friday night. And this week we are going to be talking about another question that I get asked very often. What bank should I choose here in Italy? There are so many different choices, but especially for Americans, that choice can be a little extra complicated because of a fun little friend we like to call FACTA, and also linguistic barriers, which can make it a little extra tricky. And I decided to recently try something new. But before we get too deep into the video, if you would like to see more content like this about moving to Italy, Italian dual citizenship, and living life abroad, please be sure to subscribe with that notification bell turned on. And if you could also give this video a like, I would really appreciate it, as it does help out the channel. Also, big thank you to those of you who are making videos like this possible on a monthly basis. And if you would like to help and make more videos like this possible, you can go to rafaeldifuria.com/Patreon, or if you'd like to help out just one time, you can go to rafaeldifuria.com/support. And really, thank you so much again to those of you who do help. It really makes a big difference in my ability to be able to continue this project. And one last little note before we get deeper into the video. This is not a sponsored video, and I would never talk about a product or a service unless I personally believed in it and or have used it or am using it. And in this case, yes, I am using this, which is why I'm talking about it. Below in the more info section, I do have an affiliate link. And if you use that affiliate link and if you do use the service, then that does help make more videos on this channel possible. So what is it that I'm actually talking about? From the title, you should already have an idea. N26, but what is N26? It is an online mobile bank. Again, when thinking about other services that I have been using and other services that I have tried, this to me makes the most sense. And again, I only can recommend this because I've been having a good experience with this, and this is something that I can say I would use personally, as I do use it now already. And because it really fits into the way that I like to do banking and the way that I use a card and everything that surrounds that, or making transfers if need be, I think it's very likely I'll be canceling my bank account at the brick and mortar bank that I have here in Italy. And that includes canceling the cards that I have with them and everything that comes along with that. I can do basically everything that I can do with them from N26, but actually there's even more that I can do now that I think about it. They have something that are called spaces, and what you can do is that it's kind of like having multiple accounts in one. It's that you can put money, like say you have your regular balance, let's say for example, just throwing a random number out there, 1,000 euros in your overall balance of your account. You can create a space in your account and put say about 250 euros and call that rainy day fund, just in case emergency money. You can make another space for if you want to save up for going on a vacation, and you can just add money to that whenever you need, like being able to set up automatic monthly transfers that don't cost any extra, which some banks in Italy do charge you for if you're doing automatic bank transfers, or even bank transfers to begin with sometimes can cost. With this, as long as you're in the SEPA zone, most if not all of Europe, and transferring money in euros, it's all free. If you want to transfer outside of the SEPA zone, you can transfer into a bunch of different currencies because they also do transfers through TransferWise, another great online service. And not only is it a great service, it's a very inexpensive service. So if you're needing to make those kinds of transfers, then that's great. And it doesn't cost to receive a wire transfer either. And I do have a regular Italian bank account, which I'm very happy with, but the thing that actually makes a really big difference about having a brick and mortar regular bank, I pay 5 euros per month for an account, but that 5 euros doesn't allow me to go to the teller for services if I need them. Basically, I get a debit card, and that's all that's included with the bank, along with online banking, and I can go to a special ATM to make deposits if I have to, but getting paid in cash in Italy is not really something that happens. So for me, having those services isn't really necessary, and I don't need to go to a bank teller. And over the course of the year, having this bank account costs me 60 euros for the whole year. Plus, if I want to shop online, because I was new in Italy, I had to purchase a prepaid card, and that I believe was 15 euros. And each time I want to refill that card is another euro 50 transaction fee. But that card also would need to be renewed every so often. But then once I got to the point where I could actually get a credit card from my bank, I decided, you know what, I'll just switch over to that because it was again like 15 or 20 euros. I don't remember exactly. And that's again another thing that I have to pay for annually, which is not a small amount of money. Okay, I mean, like, it's in the grand scheme of things, it's not huge, but when you're starting out in a new country, every penny counts. But one of the really nice advantages to N26 is that they have 3 different types of accounts. One, which is the account that I have, is actually a free account to have. Like, you don't pay for the account, you don't pay for anything. And it's not very limited. For all of the things that I need to do, this really takes care of just about everything for me. So thinking about spending 80 euros a year on the credit card and the bank account, seeing this free account from N26, plus it comes with a card for free. It's a debit card, not a credit card, but having a credit card in Italy is not like having a credit card in the States. In Italy, you don't actually build up any kind of credit, like a credit score. And if you ever wanted to take out a loan or a mortgage, they care more about that you have a constant work contract, that you can actually pay them back, especially because in Italy, a lot of contracts are for life, or at least for a very long period of time. So if you have a contract, then you can probably be somewhat reliable, because people don't just leave jobs here. Like, there are many people, they will stay in the same job for their whole life, especially if you can get a government job. Those are golden here. There are 2 other types of accounts, but for me, because I don't do so much traveling, they're not necessary for me to have at this point in my life. They come with different types of traveler's insurance, health insurance, baggage coverage, health insurance coverage, if your flight is delayed for more than 4 hours, those kinds of things. And it also comes with a little bit better customer support. But I have to say, with my limited experience of already just using this for about a week now, everything has worked perfectly. I haven't really needed to contact customer service. I did contact them a couple times just so that I could say in this video what my experience has been. And what you do is either you go on their website or you go onto your mobile phone and you have a text conversation with them, and they answer very quickly, and the answers are always very clear, and very often they can send you to a web page where it has the information available. But if you need more information, they're there for you. One really great thing is that if you are working here in Italy and you do need to get paid here in Italy, is that you actually get an IBAN for this account. The only downside is that it is a German IBAN, but really it doesn't make that much of a difference. The reason why I really like it the most is because of how easy it is to sign up for, especially if it's your first account in Italy. Some of you might remember my last video that I made about banking in Italy. I think it may have been 8 or 10 months ago. I forget exactly when, but I did a video about banking here in Italy. And my experience, I have to say, wasn't the best. I mean, not that they weren't nice at the bank. They were very sweet and very welcoming, very kind. But it took a long time, and I had, in the course of 2 days, I had to go back and forth about 3 times to this place and spend a couple hours with them. Also, for American citizens, they don't quite know how to always handle things, and then so you have to sign the W-9, and then they don't quite know how to process a W-9 and where to put it into their system and where to put your social security number, and all of these different things get a bit confusing for them. Plus, you generally have to do this all in Italian. Maybe you might get lucky and you might find a teller who does speak English well. I was fortunate enough to be able to find a teller who did speak English at a time when I really didn't speak enough Italian. But we made it work in the end. But it still took a very long time. With the N26 account, I was done in minutes. Like, seriously, I did it all from my phone. All I had to do was just show them my ID card, my codice fiscale, and take a selfie, and that was basically it. And at the end of the process, all I had to put in was my American social security number, and that was it. It was done. It was finished. I mean, just to compare, was like, wait, how can this be it? I signed up on a Tuesday morning. Wednesday morning, I got an email from them saying that your card is on its way to you. The whole thing, from the time that I signed up until I got the card in my hand, was less than 72 hours. The card was delivered by UPS, and it just works immediately. And one other little bonus that I liked about the card is, well, actually, firstly, the design. I happen to be a fan of those sorts of things. But on top, you actually get to choose your PIN code, which in Italy is not a common thing. Generally, they give you your PIN, and so you have to remember that PIN. But with N26, you can choose your PIN, and if you ever lose your card, from the application on your phone, you can block that PIN, change the PIN, change it to a new PIN, or even reorder and request a new card. So it's even got some really great safety features built into it. And even in one of the tiers, or maybe both of the top tiers, you're also insured if you're carrying cash with you that you've withdrawn and somebody comes and mugs you and takes that from you, you can make a claim for that, which I can't say is the same for my regular brick and mortar bank that I've got here. And I've been doing a bit of comparison because there are a lot of these different cards out there. All of them have fees, limits, a limited amount of times that you can withdraw money out of an ATM per month. And some of the cards even charge you for withdrawals. But with N26 in Italy, you have unlimited withdrawals and the company itself does not charge you a thing. Earlier today, I went to go double check just to see, and I tried it at an ATM, and the only money that came out of my account was the money that I got in cash out of the ATM. There was no extra service fee from either the ATM or the company. And for me, one of the things is if I use a card, I like it to work like cash. I don't want to have to think, okay, next month on the 15th, I'm going to owe X amount of money and I have to add everything up. And then sometimes with the card that I have, the credit card, I mean, from the brick and mortar bank that I have, for whatever reason, doesn't always charge everything on the same day, which is very strange. So it can get a bit annoying. And with everything that I've tried doing with this card, it's worked fine. Like, I've already used it online, already made a bank transfer, received a bank transfer, used the chip and pin, plus the NFC, and on top also have tried using it with the Apple Pay, and it's always worked without any issues. So especially for English speaking expats, and they also have services in other languages, Italian, German, and other languages. And immediately, even after signing up, the IBAN was already ready to go and I could start putting money into it. I could start transferring money out of it. There was no issue at all. And then as soon as I got the card and activated it, that was it. It's just been smooth sailing since then. And especially for Americans, this is going to be the easiest way for you to get an account. Even if you're not an American, this is going to be a very easy way of getting into banking and be able to accept money and spend money here in Italy. But I am still getting used to this card, and I plan to do an update, and I actually would like to compare and contrast this with some other cards and some other services that I've used. I mean, with everything that I've done so far, it's all worked well, and I've only ever heard good things about this from other people. But if you would be interested in a compare and contrast video and update on this, be sure to leave that down in the comment section below, and maybe that'll happen. Again, if you're interested, there's a link down in the more info section below. And if you're interested in more videos talking about services and products, be sure to leave that down in the more comment section below. And let me know what you'd specifically be interested in hearing about. If there's anything that I can tackle, I'll be happy to try to make a video about it. But anyway, no matter what questions you have, always feel free to leave them down in the comment section below. Or if you just want to add something to the conversation, I would love to hear from you. And if you would like to see more content like this about moving to Italy, Italian dual citizenship, and living life abroad, please be sure to subscribe with that notification bell turned on. And if you could also give this video a like, I would really appreciate it, as it does help out the channel. Again, big thanks to those of you who are helping to make more videos like this possible. And if you would like to help also, you can go to rafaeldifuria.com/Patreon to help on a monthly basis. Or if you'd like to help out just one time, you can go to rafaeldifuria.com/support. And for shirts, mugs, baby onesies, and more, you can go to rafaeldifuria.com/NYAG gear. And as always, I'm Rafael Di Furia, aka Rafi D is me. Thank you for joining me on another beautiful Friday night. I hope you all have a fantastic weekend. I look forward to seeing you all next Friday. Later.